Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled Thackeray's Globules. So what do we see here? Well, here we see what are known as Thackeray's globules, and they are dense concentrations of material within this star cluster. And they're kind of the last remnants of star formation, the last bits of dense material left around after the stars have formed. So a group of stars has already formed. Most of those are very hot. They're ultraviolet light, then eating away at the remaining material. The densest parts are the ones that are left behind, that are the last to dissipate out into nothingness. And those are racing to try to form stars before these already formed stars and their energy dissipates the rest of the material. So you can imagine that these are slowly getting eaten away around the edges, and over another couple of 100,000 years or so, they will be gone altogether. Now that's a relatively short time for star formation. And we could not say for sure if they will survive to form new stars, or if they will just dissipate and their material just be spread among the general interstellar medium. So some of these globules could dissipate completely, leaving essentially nothing behind. The larger ones may be able to form another star before enough material is expelled away from them. And others may not complete the process, and the remnants would be known as brown dwarfs, objects in between a star and a planet. In other words, they're not massive enough to undergo hydrogen fusion. Now that is the key for something to be considered a star. It is hot enough in its core to be able to fuse hydrogen into helium, producing energy. Now a brown dwarf star cannot do that. It is not massive enough to reach the 10 million degree temperature that would be required. A brown dwarf star can reach a temperature of about 1 million degrees. Now that is hot enough to fuse deuterium into helium. Deuterium, a heavier form of hydrogen, is a little bit easier to fuse than the more common hydrogen. And that is what distinguishes a brown dwarf from a planet. A planet is not hot enough to undergo deuterium fusion and is just a much smaller object. But what will happen in the case of each of these globules will depend on the mass and the density of the material within that globule, and how long the star formation has been going on. In other words, how much of the material has already been able to condense into a central star. And that would determine what the final object would be left in any of these globules. So that was our picture of the day, titled Thackeray's Globules. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.